Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomats YouTube channel, guys. You've got Bert, the Hurt Locker, and Lanny, the dividend champions of the world. And guys, we're talking to you about a high-flying, wheeling, dealing, girl-stealing dividend growth stock for your dividend growth portfolio. Woo!
We've never talked about them before, so buckle up, get ready. We can't wait to talk about this company. Ka-ching. Before you do, though, while you're buckling, smash that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, help your boys keep growing the channel, and eventually reach financial freedom.
That is the name of the game. Invest like a boss, like my hat says, guys. So today we're talking about a stock. A lot of you guys commented in recent videos about the stock, about wanting to hear about the stock. Hear a lot of churmur and murmur here on Twitter or X. And I ran a couple screeners and this stock came out, guys. This stock is on a good screener list because they've got a great balance sheet, low debt to equity, revenue growth.
Mhm.
I mean, a good company that just continues to perform very well. Um, but we're talking about Snap on today,
Mhm.
ticker symbol SNA.
Seems like a good time to talk about them because finding undervalued stocks in this market is definitely not easy. We run the companies through our screener, which has those three metrics. One, PE ratio less than the S&P 500. Two, payout ratio less than 60%. Three, history of increasing dividend. And four, dividend yield. And there just hasn't been a lot of activity from our screener. You haven't seen a ton of companies that we're really that interested in pop out of our screener, which is why you've seen the buy activity come down. We haven't been talking about purchases much because there hasn't been that much to purchase out there.
Oh, you are right, Reggie Ray, but I'm looking for real bomb. No, I'm just kidding. You're right. I mean, and if you guys don't know Snap-on again, they're in the tools and equipment for the auto industry. They've got they earn over $1 billion a quarter, 1.1, 1.2 billion. Revenue is slightly down versus last year, but so are costs in general. So actually their net income is higher than last year. Share count is lower than last year, so they're obviously buying back
Mhm.
shares.
Mhm.
And the cool part about it is when you look at just how clean the balance sheet is for Snap on,
It's great.
snip, snap, snip, snap. It's great balance sheet. Current assets over current liabilities, which really speaks to the liquidity of the business, just under 4 times,
Ooh.
3.8x.
Ooh.
Now, for what is that quick ratio?
All right, so when you back out the inventory there, you focus on the quick ratio, it still knocks it out of the park. It's 2.8x quick ratio. So very liquid, very strong. When you look at their debt to equity ratio too, you just kind of want to see how much debt there is. And can your equity cover it? It's fantastic. It's 0.25x, I believe I saw this morning when I was looking through it. Yeah, 0.25x debt to equity. So this company's balance sheet could not be better.
Yeah, and their stock price is up 60% over the last
Mhm.
5 years. Stock price is down about 10% this year. Um, so is it time to buy Snap on
Ooh,
stock? Is
ooh.
this a stock to buy right now? We're going to look at the three metrics, the price to earnings ratio, the dividend payout ratio, and that dividend growth. We'll squeeze in that
That's
dividend yield. Bert, it's about time we do a hot dog, raw dog, and a dividend diplomat stock screen here on Snap on.
Let's do it. Their price is $262.24. Earnings per share is just a hair over 19. That gives you a PE ratio of 13.69. Beautiful. Much lower than the S&P 500. Yeah, looks pretty good to me, Lanny.
God. They pay, though, a nice, handsome dividend. They pay $1.86 per share per quarter, 744 per year. Is the dividend safe? You betcha. 38.83%, just a hair below 40%, that bottom of the perfect payout ratio, which you'd rather be below it than over the 60%, guys.
Yeah, tell us about that. Intel will get and plot about that. Tell Walgreens about that. Tell all those companies about that. Where they've shined, though, is the dividend growth, Lanny. They are very much on their journey to becoming a dividend aristocrat. Dividend Aristocrat is a company that has increased that dividend for 25 plus consecutive years. Snap on has increased that dividend for 14 plus consecutive years. So they're halfway to becoming a dividend aristocrat.
Guys, that last increase was massive. It was actually about 15% from a
Beautiful.
dollar 62 to a dollar 86. So it
Right in line,
hasn't slowed.
right in line with that 5-year growth rate too. It's beautiful. It is
That's,
beautiful. Right.
and now that the stock price is
Phenomenal.
down, right, Bird? The stock price is down 10%. Dividend was increasing. So what's that yield now squealing in at?
2.84%. And that is above their 5-year average yield of 2.57%. So 27 basis points above that mark. Solid yield, phenomenal dividend growth. So when you put the two of them together, 2.87% yield with a 14.43% 5-year dividend growth rate. You don't get many stocks that are better than that when you add them up.
That's a good plate of pasta with sauce right there,
Yeah,
guys.
that's phenomenal pasta.
Man, again, you're getting margin on the 5-year average yield of 2.57%, 27 basis points. They're about 14 billion market cap. So they're not a small company, but they're a nice size company here. Um,
Love it.
Snap-on, guys. We're going to show the metrics. But what's your take when you look at Snap-on? Because I know you buy genuine parts company.
Yeah, I like them. I think we've talked here on this channel a lot about how we don't necessarily buy auto companies, right? We don't buy the Toyotas, Hondas of the world that are on the front end there, but that doesn't mean cars aren't selling. And the more expensive cars get, the more people are focused on used cars. And the more parts that have to be replaced, the more mechanic shops are relied upon, the more people have to buy the tools to service your cars. And that's where Snap-on, along with Genuine Parts, has really carved a special niche into a niche that's never going away. For as long as cars have been invented, uh, back in the early 1900s, people have been repairing cars. So that this sector is not going anywhere anytime soon. Whether it's gas, electric engine, hybrid, whatever, you still need to fix it. What do you think, Lanny?
Well, the part that stings here is that it's hard to take on a new position because I think it's a great stock. I think it's a
Mhm.
great company. Balance sheet looks impeccable. The debt to equity, as you said, looks awesome. Payout ratio looks very safe. Long history of growing dividends at a double digit rate. The one before this one was even 20 cents from a dollar 42 to a dollar 62. So they're showing that they earn great. They reward shareholders great. Stock prices returned 60% in the last 5 years. So I don't see any reasons to believe that they can't do that going forward.
Don't forget, we're going to be losing our WestRock position here too, Lanny. So it's not necessarily adding one. It could be a net zero to your portfolio, potentially.
I'm
Yeah.
mad that we didn't strike at the 53 plus per share on the West Rock.
Who says there's not going to be another chance? So everybody, let us know what you think of Snap on ticker symbol SNA. Are you loving this stock? Are you loving the sector they're in? Let us know in that comment section down there below.
If you guys haven't, hit that subscribe button. Like the heck out of this video, guys. Help rock with the dividend diplomats. Keep saving, keep investing. Let's get to financial freedom, baby. And Bert, what's the last line we gotta leave our community off with?
You're either with us or you're against us, Jack.
That was Bert and Lanny from the Dividend Diplomats. Over and out.